Today we're going to show you a demonstration of our what a potential fire in the kitchen on a stove could be. First, I'd like to tell you first of all how we got the simulator. Every year the Georgia Burn Foundation started a grant about 10 years ago in dedication to a fellow firefighter. His name was Brent Chesney, who lost his life helping out in a volunteer fire department up in North Georgia. Since then, every year the Burn Foundation gives out a grant to several departments to help further the education of the people and the firefighters in fire safety and home safety education. This particular simulator we had today, the grant we received was a little over $3,000. We went to a local business person, had it made, so we try to help support the local economy as well. What we're going to show you is just an average everyday cooking with oil. We'll show you some of the things of the do's and don'ts of how to help protect yourself and help protect your house from a potential disastrous fire. First thing I want to show you is we'll show you the grease we have. This time of year everybody's doing all kinds of cooking. What we have here is just your average pot of I don't know, 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch of grease. Stove unit here. The setup here is very similar to anybody else's stove at the house. The distance from where you see the pot to the top of it there, this would be the equal distance of your vent hood. And if you can imagine, just above that is where your cabinets and everything would be. So here shortly, when you see the fires actually go off, you can see the devastation that can happen very, very quickly. Typical cooking fires, what happens is people put their oil on. Obviously you have to let it heat up 5-10 minutes. We've expedited this. We had it started a little bit for us for time's sake here. What many people will do is walk away and forget about it. As we sit here, you can start to hear the cooking fire. You can hear the oil is starting to bubble and starting to get up to a temperature. Leaving that oil there, what happens is an actual what we call an auto ignition temperature. The oil will reach a certain temperature where it will actually ignite itself and catch fire. This is where our stove fires come into play. Alright, as you can see, with just in a few minutes, an unattended fire can easily ignite itself. One of the quickest, easiest, and safest ways to put this out is have a lid ready for your pot. As Jimmy will show you here, if you'll take the pot, go in kind of like a shield and drop it down on the pot, this will actually suffocate out the fire. Alright, one of the things you don't want to do if you do have your oil ignites or whatnot, as you can see here, I've got a smaller pot with some simulation of oil. One of the things that happens a lot of times is people's immediate reaction is take the pot, try to run over to the sink and put it in the sink to get it away from the cabinets. What happens then is either we spread the fire or people end up getting burned. The panic state, people will move and you'll either splash the oil or running towards it, it splashes out, or it can even splash back on you and burn yourself. Those with little children, they tend to run around in the kitchen a lot of times while mom or dad's cooking. The oil can actually fall on them. If it's burning as you see here, what will happen is that fire, the oil that's burning that is on fire, it can actually spread through the kitchen. Now not only do you've gone from just a stovetop fire, now your entire kitchen, possibly kitchen table or even somewhere else in the house, the fire is spread that much more quickly. The one thing that we try to tell you is do not throw water on the fire. What we have here is an average. Most people run over to the sink, grab a cup, usually 8-10 ounce cup. Oh, I'll throw a little bit of water on there. If you watch what happens here, we've got the same amount of water in our little simulation here. What happens when you throw the water on there? Like I say, that was about that much water. We had the same amount in the cup there. You can see how quickly just that little bit of water will make and spread that fire all the way into your cabinets and across the entire house. I hope today you've seen a little bit of what the do's and don'ts with a stove fire. We hope that everybody takes a little bit of this. If you stop and think for just a second, be mindful to watch your cooking when you have a oil or anything, if you're going to cooking through the seasons here.